Alright, so till now we created a key, and this key is inside the folder which is SSL key, and its name is demokey.jks. Now we are going to configure this key inside Tomcat configuration file so that Tomcat would be aware of where exactly this key resides. So for this purpose we will go to conf and we open server.xml. Okay, and if you scroll down we have a tag which says connector port 8443 and the protocol HTTP 11 neo protocol. Okay, and SSL enabled true. So first what we need to do is to uncomment this line. Okay, so let me uncomment this, and over here we need to provide the location of the key store file that we created. So to the parameter certificate key store file we provide the full path of our demokey.jks. Okay, along with this we need to provide one more parameter which is password that we gave to our key store file. Alright, so let's add one more parameter to it, which is certificate key store password equal to the password that we gave to the JKS while creating the JKS file. Okay, so that's it. Now simply save the file, and whenever you save the file you need to restart the instance to take the effect. So our server is started now. Okay, now let's check whether the things are working or not. So let us type http localhost 8080. Okay, so our http port is working fine. Now let's check via https port. So simply make https:// and localhost 8443 because the SSL is working on port 8443, and you can see that it is saying not secure, although we are able to connect to this port, and this browser is giving us some warning. So our SSL certificate is working fine. Only the thing is browser is giving this error because our certificate is locally signed and it is not taken from any authority. So it is assuming that this certificate is fake, and due to that it is showing us this warning that your connection is not private. However, you can go to advanced link and you can accept this certificate to go to the URL that we actually trying to open. Okay, so you can see that our HTTPS port is working fine. So right now our default application, which is root context, is opening on HTTPS port. Okay, so as you have seen, the steps are very simple. If you have taken any key from any authority, then all you need to do is to keep that key store file at some location, and then you let Tomcat know via its configuration file that where exactly that key resides. Okay, now let us take some more understanding. Let's open one more application. So right now we are on HTTPS port and we are into manager application. Okay, and if you change the connector port from 8443 to 8080, then also this application is opening. Now suppose your requirement is that whenever somebody would interact with any HTTP port, then he should always go to HTTPS. He should always be redirected to HTTPS or on the secured channel for the further communication. So how to achieve that? So for that purpose, we need to do certain configuration inside web.xml of the application that we want to make secure, by always redirecting the HTTP traffic to the HTTPS port. Now let's force this manager application to always communicate on HTTPS rather than HTTP. So for that sake, we need to go to the deployment directory of for this manager application, and we need to go to web.xml. Okay, and inside web.xml we need to add a tag. Basically, if you see the URL pattern, we have defined /HTML/. So anything which is matching this pattern is going to be always redirected to HTTPS. Okay, so we are going to secure that thing. So we are going to apply this security on /HTML/*. Okay, so we need to add a tag, and the tag is user data constraint. Okay, so let me add a tag inside security constraint, and the tag is user data constraint. Okay, and inside this, let me copy this and paste it. Let's close this, and inside this you need to define transport guarantee, and this should be confidential. So what this tag is defining, that on the particular URL, whenever the user will try to open up URL that we have defined in the URL pattern, this confidential thing is going to enforce. Okay, so every time if they try to open this on HTTP, then they have to the server will force the user to go to HTTPS port. Okay, so let's see the effect, whether this thing is working or not. So we have done the configuration part. Now let us restart the server. So our server is started. Now let me try this with manager application, for which we made the changes. So let me refresh this, and you can see that we are automatically forced to communicate on HTTPS port rather than HTTP port. So this is how the things work.